Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss some Real Housewives of Potomac news, some Real Housewives of Atlanta news, and Summer House Martha's Vineyard is finally getting a reunion.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
So, with all that being said, let's just get right on into it because you guys already know that we don't have a minute to spare. Now, we can all agree that The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 8 was absolutely abysmal, right? And that's an understatement. So with the season finally being over, I thought, okay, we're not going to be hearing any more news. We're going to get a nice hiatus. But baby, the way I was shook when TV Deets dropped the news a few days ago that Potomac will actually begin filming season 9 at the end of this month, and the end of April is next week. So hearing this news, I'm like, wait, hold on, what? What do you mean that Potomac isn't going to just scrap the whole cast and start over and maybe come back around in 2025? What do you mean that they're filming next week? Because if there's one franchise that needs to be on a hiatus, and low-key a permanent hiatus, it's RHOP, hands down. And I don't care who your fave is, I don't care if we like or dislike the same people, we can all agree that Potomac was awful this season and that a much-needed break was necessary. So hearing that they're going to be back, it was definitely a shock to the system. So again, this article is from TV Deets. It's an exclusive. RHOP Season 9 cast finalized. Filming begins at the end of this month. RHOP begins filming for Season 9 at the end of this month with Ashley Darby, Giselle Bryant, Mia Thornton, Karen Huger, and Wendy Osefo returning as full-time housewives. Sources tell TV Deets exclusively. Bravo's The Real Housewives of Potomac may have just wrapped airing the Season 8 reunion back on April 14th, but the network isn't planning on leaving those champagne flutes empty for too long, as filming on Season 9 is set to begin in full starting next week. RHOP Season 9, who's in and who's out? As previously reported on TVDeets.com, things will look a little different when Potomac eventually returns for Season 9. In addition to original cast member Robin Dixon exiting the series, Candice Dillard-Bassett has also confirmed she will not be back, while reports have also suggested last year's newbie, Nneka Ihim, is also out. While Nneka has yet to announce her exit herself, sources confirm with TV Deets that she was not asked back for RHOP Season 9 and will not be a part of the cast. Keiarna Stewart, who was also introduced as a friend of Wendy's during Season 8, is also not expected to return for Season 9. With Robin, Candice, and Nneka out, that leaves existing housewives Ashley Darby, Giselle Bryant, Mia Thornton, Karen Huger, and Wendy Osefo holding down the fort. With just 5 housewives returning, sources confirm exclusively with TV Deets that production is interested in adding new women to the show for Season 9, with a few new faces already filming test scenes with our existing champagne flutes. More on that tea later, though. Now again, this article dropped on April 23rd, and now today, April 26th, we got an update that Keiarna Stewart will actually be joining RHOP Season 9. Keiarna Stewart snags last-minute RHOP Season 9 contract. Keiarna Stewart has snagged a last-minute RHOP Season 9 contract, rock-solid sources confirm exclusively with TV Deets. While it was initially thought that the Season 8 friend of Wendy Osefo's would not be returning, multiple insiders tell me she received a contract in the days following my last Real Housewives of Potomac exclusive. Interesting. With Keiarna Stewart back in the mix, most likely as an official friend of the housewives like last year, Wendy has at least one friend on her side as she navigates what could be a bumpy start to the season. So now that I've read both articles, let me start off by saying this. Congratulations to Keiarna. I love Keiarna. I feel like Keiarna was the only bright spot of Season 8. And Keiarna, hands down, is definitely housewives material. She's beautiful. She dresses well. She will let you have it if if need be. She's quick on her feet. She's witty. She owns a business. And I also like the fact that Keiarna wasn't thirsty. She wasn't desperate. And she was very natural in front of the camera. She wasn't trying too hard or doing too much like a lot of these newbies tend to do, especially in today's times, okay? So again, Keiarna, I'm excited. I really do hope that you are full-time, but if you are a friend of, that's good too, because that friend of money is still a nice check.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Now again, I'm excited. I liked Keiarna a lot, but there is a part of me now that is a bit worried that Giselle and Ashley might try her, only because Keiarna had the balls to call them both out at the last part of this reunion. Remember, Keiarna told Ashley that Ashley is the queen of giving an aftermath apology. She sets things up, and then when she's called out about it, she gives some BS apology. Ashley did not take too kindly to that comment, and then remember, Keiarna also called out Giselle for Giselle not reaching out to her when she was attacked by Deborah. And Giselle was visibly upset by that. And we know when it comes to Giselle, you cannot call her out. You better sit there and take her mess. And I'm just wondering now, is this relationship between Keiarna and Giselle going to be fractured? But personally, I just feel like it's a bit too soon for Potomac to try and film for season 9. We all need a break. And I also feel like it's a slap in the face to the viewers that certain people still have not been fired. While I feel like Nneka was a horrible addition, she brought nothing, I wasn't surprised about her firing because my sources had told me that Nneka was on the chopping block and her coming back or being fired was based on her performance at the reunion. And let's face it, Nneka bombed at this reunion. She barely said 2 words. So I feel like while we all saw the writings on the wall that Nneka would not be back, I also feel like, bravo, it was a slap in the face to not also fire Ashley. Ashley set that fight up. And the fact that there were no consequences for her actions, it speaks volumes. And I've told you guys, if Ashley returns, I don't think I'll be watching. And the fact that we know for certain that Ashley is coming back full time, it's ridiculous and it makes no sense. Ashley has been coasting with this fake storyline for, what, 3 seasons now about this fake divorce? She can't talk about it. She won't talk about it. It's always some BS about, well, I still love him. I rub his feet every night, but he's a narcissist and it's really tense between us. Which one is it? Ashley is lying to us for a check and giving us absolutely nothing. And I also feel like Ashley being the one to bring up Osu on a national platform, something that she has no business to even speak about, that should have also been grounds for termination. But again, they're about to be filming season 9, child. I want to know from y'all, do you guys plan on tuning into season 9? Personally, I think that season 8 was my last season. I just can't sit up here and continue to hate watch and give them the ratings. I think the only way to see some real change is to really put our money where our mouths are and to stop watching. And again, I love Wendy. That's my girl. I liked Keiarna a lot, but I just don't know if I can keep watching when they have Ashley and Giselle on. So I just wanted to quickly discuss the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We all know that Atlanta has not even started filming. We don't even know who the cast is, child. We only know that Portia and Kenya are confirmed to be back on, right? Kandi announced her departure. We know that Marlo and Sonya have both been fired and will not be coming back. And when I tell y'all, I have never been so happy because Sonya was boring, brought absolutely nothing, and Marlo was a complete liability. Marlo, I know you probably wish that you had never begged to be full-time because, honey, you became full-time and showed your entire behind. And you were always better off as a friend of. And Marlo was getting a nice check as a friend of anyway. She was still touching 6 figures. Sources were saying that Marlo was seeing $250,000 as a friend of. So it's like, okay, girl, you have a higher salary, but now you've ruined your whole brand. You've shown us how crazy and unhinged you are, and now you're off the show. So was it worth it? If you had stayed on as a friend of, you would still be on for season 16 collecting a check, but now you're off the show entirely. And it also looks like Drew Sidora may or may not be coming back to RHOA. Child, who knows? Now, when it comes to Miss Shereé Whitfield, She By Shereé. Shereé is on Instagram with these captions that are alluding that she will be coming back. Her latest Instagram post talking about she always gets her way. Then we see her posted up with Portia, soon to be ex-husband Simon. And I'm like, Shereé, this is giving stunts and shows as usual. Because of all the people to hang out with in Atlanta, you're hanging out with Simon. It just feels like Shereé wants to stir up some drama so that she can secure her peach for next season. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling Shereé's antics. I've never been on board for Shereé. And it's no shade. I've always thought that Shereé was pompous, arrogant, just very off-putting, right? I've always expressed that. Shereé's another one who's been coasting because she needs this check. And then you have Martell Holt commenting Mrs. Holt on her latest IG post. I'm like, what's going on? So Martell and Shereé are fake back together now? Is that what's going on? Isn't Martell wrapped up in some other drama on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Personally, I don't think that we need Shereé back. I don't think that Shereé brings a whole lot. In the earlier seasons of RHOA, when Atlanta was really that girl and the ratings were 5 million viewers a week, yes. But now I think we've grown past the need to have Shereé Whitfield back on our screens. I think if anything, Shereé can be a friend of. So before we close out this video, I do want to briefly discuss Summer House Martha's Vineyard. If you don't know, I watch and I recap the show. Summer House Martha's Vineyard, it's a cute show. It's a fun, lighthearted watch. The drama is not too much. It's not so toxic and heavy like the other shows, right? Now, Andy announced on Twitter a few days ago that Summer House Martha's Vineyard will be getting a reunion.
We drinking strawberry and champagne. Hold on, let me get a strawberry.
I was like, oh my gosh, Bravo heard our cries, because me and my friend Kempire, shout out to Kempire, we have been advocating for this show to get a reunion because this season is really giving us something. While that's a victory, I do have some sad news to report that their ratings are just dropping. Their latest episode, episode 5, was one of the best episodes in my opinion, and the ratings unfortunately did not reflect that. 220,000 of y'all tuned in, and that's horrible. So if we could just boost the ratings up, tell a friend to tune in on Sunday nights. Again, it's a fun show. It's a cute watch. Just turn it on. Even if you don't watch the show, just put it on as background noise. Just something, because I would really hate for Summer House Martha's Vineyard to be canceled. And with these ratings, it looks like they might be canceled after season 2. And again, these networks are quick to cancel a black show, especially if those ratings are not up to par. Now, I do have a few theories as to why interest might be waning. I'm well aware that the differences between Martha's Vineyard and the Hamptons are quite vast. Hamptons, there's definitely more of a party vibe. It's easier to get to being from New York. All you have to do is just hop on the Long Island Expressway and you're there. On the original Summer House, they always have big lavish parties where there are other people there, versus on Summer House Martha's Vineyard, their parties are just them. And that's a bit boring. Nobody wants to tune in each week to see just the 8 of them out by the pool having a barbecue. We want more people. So I think that the differences might be what's causing a loss of interest. I think that the OG Summer House gets it right when it comes to the mix of drama and fun, versus on Summer House Martha's Vineyard, there's a bit too much crying and deep conversations and all these heart-to-hearts and, you know, somebody storming out having a breakdown. And it's like, we want to see you guys just have fun and let loose on vacation. We don't want to see all of these super deep and super tragic moments. And again, I think that OG Summer House gets it right because they have a lot more fun. They're a lot more lit. And I also think that there being so many couples on Summer House Martha's Vineyard, I think that also aids in the lack of interest. Because on the original Summer House, you have a lot of singles, single men and single women. And you have a few couples, but for the most part, everybody is single. And we want to see sexy singles having fun on Martha's Vineyard. We don't want to see people crying about how their girlfriend is upset that, you know, they're away for 2 weeks and this person has a girlfriend and then this other guy has a girlfriend. This one has a boyfriend, but it's too much. I think that Summer House Martha's Vineyard, you guys need to really try to follow the OG Summer House's formula. And I think you guys could really be a success and get more people to watch the show. But I also feel like Bravo does not properly promote the show. Because if I'm being honest, I only see the commercials for Summer House Martha's Vineyard on Sundays, right before it's about to air. I don't see them promoting the show throughout the week. I don't see them getting the same PR that the other Housewives franchises get, or The Valley gets, or Vanderpump Rules or Below Deck. I feel like there are no commercials for Summer House Martha's Vineyard until Sunday. But all in all, I am happy that Summer House Martha's Vineyard will be getting a reunion because I think that it is well deserved. This season is definitely giving what the other girls were supposed to have gave, in the words of Rolling Ray. And I think that it's only right and it's only fair. Now, Bravo, please give them a proper reunion and don't give them some bootleg Watch What Happens Live Clubhouse reunion like you tend to do with shows that you don't really care for, okay? So give them a real reunion with a real set and not some Clubhouse nonsense. But y'all, that was my video talking about some of the hot topics going on. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down below. And you already know what to do. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all later. Bye.